Well, that was a bit extreme. What I want to do is I just want to take a second. We're going to reel it back, all right? My name is Aaron Runk. In my last video, I told you guys about my weight loss journey by using a keto diet and losing all that weight, okay? So, if you remember, I told you I was going to make a couple more videos, so that's going to be video number 2. I'm going to introduce you into that next stage of my journey. So, next stage of my journey, what I'm doing is I'm going to start introducing more carbs into my diet, but I'm also going to start slowly working my body into a workout. And I don't want to get any injuries. So what that means is I want to see what kind of exercises my body can handle before I really start taking off. All right, guys, so here's my picture from when I first came out of ketosis, okay? So again, I had lost the 60 pounds, but at the same time, my waistline, I'm still at a 38. Now, I can fit into a 40 if I really wanted to, okay? So you gotta remember, I came from a 44, okay? And that was a tight 44. So I've dropped 4 sizes, and I can squeeze into that 38 to make it 6. But like I said, what I'm doing is I'm transitioning from my ketosis into a normal diet, okay? Because staying in ketosis, it's really hard on your body, and sometimes it can be very difficult for some people to do that. But don't worry, because I also got some more recipes that are super delicious that really help my body recover from those workouts and stay strong, okay? But the biggest thing I want to remind everybody before we get started is it's going to take some sacrifice and some dedication, okay? And you've got to get in a rhythm. Rhythm's the biggest part right now, okay? I've got to get in a cycle. I've got to do whatever you want to call it. I've got to start doing it, that routine, that cycle, that rhythm, okay? So anyway, let's get into it. So if you look at the picture, you'll notice that I am 220 pounds because the first thing that happened when I came out of ketosis was I gained an instant 10 pounds, okay? I've got certain things that are going on, okay? I'm taking in a little bit more food because my body needs that fuel. And if you don't get that fuel going into your body, it's going to be harder for you to work out that next morning, all right? Or that next evening or that next day. Whatever it is that you're doing, we want to make sure that you stay in that routine. So this first thing that I did, of course, I did what everybody thinks you would do. I joined a gym, all right? 2 reasons why I joined it. One is because it's on that side of town and I like being over there, so I beat all that traffic, okay? So it's got functionality behind it, so that was a good reason. Also, it was a very easy way to move into it because there's lots of gym equipment and I can leave whenever I want to. I don't feel the pressure and I can do whatever it is I want to do. All right, so there's lots of ways that I could have started this journey by getting my body back into shape with all kinds of equipment, okay? And it's cheap, so that helps a lot too. So the first thing, pretty generic, the elliptical. So first thing I do is I get on this thing, I'm going 10, maybe 15 minutes, okay, at level 10 or 11. I'm not going too far, okay? That's really gonna get your body working. That's what you wanna do. You wanna get your body warmed up, it's low impact. And again, when I first started, this was quite extensive for me. I mean, I was really feeling it after about 15 minutes, okay? So I could go 20, 25, you can go as much as you want, okay? But you gotta remember, you want to get in a rhythm. You don't wanna overexert so that way you can't recover the next day or you feel so bad that you don't have the ability to do it, okay? What did I do next? That's right, core. Core, 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 core. I love doing core, okay? I probably hate it deep down subconsciously, but I'm telling you right now, it really gives me a lot of good results, okay? I like the core workout because it works out my stomach, works out my shoulders, works out my back, it works out my thighs, it works out everything you can think of. It just does a lot. But what did I do? There's so many exercises out there. You can do all kinds of core. So I'm gonna tell you what I did. First thing I did was I tried to get a set, okay? A set, if you don't know what a set is, it's where you take a couple workouts and you do several of them all at once. That becomes your set, okay? Now it's out of the way. What did I do for my first part of my set? So part 1, flutter kicks. Yes, we love them flutter kicks. I keep my head on the ground, get your hands under your butt, and keep your feet 6 inches off the ground, and it's not a race, okay? You don't want to go too slow, but you don't want to go too fast, okay? Because when you go too fast, you're going to hurt your hips, you're going to hurt all kinds of stuff, okay? You'll hurt stuff you didn't know you had. All right, so here's the thing to think about. I've got my legs going, I'm only doing 15. Okay, now without putting my feet on the ground, I'm going to go right into our next part of the set. The bicycle. Yes, everybody knows what the bicycle is. Lots of people do it differently. Some people rotate their legs like they're in the water. Some people go back and forth. I found to help reduce inner hip injuries, okay, is don't keep your legs wide. Keep them nice and straight, and keep them as straight out and straight back as you can. That really helped me keep from being injured, okay? And I did 15 of those, okay? And then the last thing I did, again, without putting your feet on the ground, keep your head off the ground too, is I brought my hands in, okay? And I do sit-outs. Now, sit-outs are gonna hurt because they're not too difficult to do, but you gotta remember, we just did 2 parts of a set, so it's gonna be our last part. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lean up, point my feet straight out, and then I'm going to come right back down, okay? Now remember, I don't want to be a rocking chair. I don't want that rocking motion. I just want to come up, point out, and come back down. I did that 5 times. After 5 times, it's a breather, all right? That's 1 set, okay? Now take that 10, 15-second breather, and you're almost done because you got to do the second part of the set, all right? So now I'm going to flip over, and you guessed it, push-ups. Okay, get ready. I do a lot of these push-ups, okay, because I'm trying to get stronger. So that's just me. Doesn't have to be you. That could have been your only set. So I have a second half to this set. So I'm going to get on my push-up position. I'm going to knock out 10. Now, if you'll notice, I'm knocking out 10 on my knuckles, and then I knock out 10 on my palms, okay, because I had a lot of wrist injuries when I was little from doing a lot of push-ups. So I'm trying to conserve my wrists and stuff like that so I don't injure myself. Again, I'm trying to get into a rhythm. I'm not trying to burn out, all right? So I do 10 push-ups, and then I do a plank. Yes, just do 5-second plank, okay? Planks hurt, but you gotta make sure you're doing them right, okay? If you'll notice, my butt is not way up in the air. My butt's not all the way on the ground, okay? My hips, I have a nice level area on my back. Like if I could put a board on my back, it'd be nice and parallel. Well, parallel enough, okay? Be nice and straight. Hold that for 5 seconds. Take your breather. 15-second breather, and you're on to do that set over. All right? Now here's the thing. Do these sets several times. This is going to help you, okay? I did this set 3 times. Just 3 sets, okay? So that's going to be your flutter kicks, your bicycle, your sit-outs, your push-ups, and your planks, okay? Don't try to hurt yourself. Any point in time during my workouts that I felt like I was getting injured, I was hurt, stopped. I was done. I was done for the day. Hips, back, it doesn't matter what it was. I was done, all right? So now I've got my elliptical in. I've got my core done. It's time to go over there and do some exercise equipment. Okay, so my first exercise equipment, I do the pull downs, all right? So on these pull downs, I started off easy. I went with 50 to 60. I just did 10. Remember, I just did this for the first month. I did 2 sets of 10, and then I went to the next exercise equipment. Let's go tricep extensions. I just did 10 of those at 30 pounds or 40 pounds, all right? It doesn't seem like a lot. If you're in good shape, 30, 40 pounds isn't gonna seem like a lot, okay? But you gotta remember, I hadn't done anything in a long time. So the next thing I did was the bicep curl. 30 pounds, and I just did 10 curls, and then I gave myself a breather. I did 10 and then 10. So it's 3 sets, that's 30, all right? So at this point in time, I am worn out, all right? So what I did there is my upper body's worn out. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go work out my lower body, all right? So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get on a couple more machines, including this one right here. I've got my leg curls. What I do is I put this on about 80 pounds, 70, 80, whichever one you feel comfortable with. And I just make sure I go nice and slow starting off, okay, take my time getting into a rhythm, and I try to go continuously for 80 times, okay? That seems like a lot, okay? If you want to, you can go 50 for 50 times, but honestly, once you start going, it actually feels pretty good. Next thing I did is I went and did the inner leg, and then I did the outer thigh, okay? So I did those, okay, and I did about 50 by 50. All right, so I did 50 at 50 pounds on one, and I did 50 at 50 pounds on the other. So now I'm worn out. Something else I did during my exercise was I stayed hydrated. Drink that water, drink that energy drink, drink whatever it is that you think is gonna keep your body hydrated, okay? Because your muscles need to contract, and they need something to use for that contraction. So make sure you stay hydrated. Nobody wants to pass out on the ground, all right? So that's not gonna feel very good. So we're gonna go with that. So that's all I did. I just did that, and of course I did it every morning that I could, okay? Now you gotta think about this. I've got a family. I love spending time with my family, so I've gotta find time to fit this in, okay? It's part of that commitment. So what I was doing was I was getting up at 5 o'clock, and I was getting to the gym about 5:30, okay? That was my goal, was to get there at 5:30. I'd work out for almost an hour. Remember, your body's not used to it. Don't try to go from one zone to the other and just push, 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 all right? All right, so here's the kicker. This is the last part of the video, food. What do I do now? Okay, this is gonna be the most confusing part for a lot of people is, what in the world do I do now? Okay, so I kind of just did a little bit of research. Of course, I watched some other people's videos, and the biggest thing I heard was lots of protein, and make sure you're getting a stable amount of carbs. But again, listen to your body. So my body worked really well with fruits. I did lots of watermelon and cantaloupe, and I put lime on it. That was really good. And it worked really well with, again, more protein. Now I found a store that sold muscle milk, okay, protein shakes. I bought a lot of it, okay? Now keep in mind that can be very expensive, so do what you want to get into a rhythm. But I believe the liquid form of protein is what really kept my body from holding on to the weight and still not putting on too much of it, okay? And plus it gave me a lot more of that rejuvenation for getting into the gym that next day, okay? So me, I might have overdone it because I went every day that I could. Plus again, it puts me on that side of town, there's no traffic. So again, here's some recipes. I'm gonna make another video like I did last time. I'm just gonna kind of scroll through these, kind of show you what I did, how I made them. They taste really good, okay? That's the best part about it. Tastes good. Fruits, shakes, vegetables, proteins. It's really good stuff, okay? Now remember, your body's not gonna be totally hungry all the time, but you will want to take in more food once you get further into your exercise routines, okay? Because your body's gonna need that recovery energy. So again, my name's Aaron Runk. I really hope this video helps. I'm gonna start working on the third video as soon as I can. Like I said, a lot of this stuff is sacrifice. We gotta keep up our routines. We gotta do what we can, but the best thing you can do is stay positive. This is going to be stressful at times. It's gonna be overwhelming at times. All I wanna do is just encourage you guys to just keep on going, all right? So again, my name is Aaron Runk. I hope this video helps. Good luck.